Alright, today I have my COMC order. It's been a long time waiting for that, and also it's been a month or so. Also, it's been a little while getting it recorded because I recorded the first time. I didn't like the way it recorded. It was too long. Then I recorded it on the iPhone, and the iPhone basically tells me I can't get it uploaded to YouTube, so I have to start it all over. But I don't mind doing that because I really enjoy looking at these cards, and I learn something every time that I show them, and they're not in any particular order, but I will do a certain card last. We'll get to that one. It's unfortunately not very good condition, but when I tell you where it's from and you know the particulars of it, you'll probably understand. Some of you will understand. Was interesting. I was going through a box, a 5-row box of cards, and I found these are I found 15 Shoheis, dozens of Aaron Judges and Paul Skeens and Adley Rutschmans and Gunnar Henderson's, Freddie Freeman's, thinking who else I might have pulled out. There's some Acuñas I pulled out, but I left most of those in the box. But yeah, so that was a box of cards that I own, and I'm trying to figure out the Shoheis are worth only about $3 a piece, so even though I have 15 Shoheis, that's only about 50 bucks worth of cards. It's crazy. So anyway, let's get into the cards here, and we'll start off with, wanted to start off with a different one, but let me see if I'll start off with this one here. So this is from 1965, and I will try to do a picture and a description of each card so you can look them up and see for yourself if you want to purchase a card similar or that exact type of card here. This is Robert Reed from the Brady Bunch from around 1965, before he was on that, he played Mike Brady on the Brady Bunch, so if you didn't know that. This is one of the Dutch gum cards. What set it's from, I don't have that handy right now. I mean, I do, but it's just, the font on this is kind of faded out on this sheet from COMC, so Dutch gum, 1964, Dutch gum, numbered, and again, some of them have period behind it and numbers and dots and all that fun stuff, but this was something around 50 cents, so you have to mind that $6 was additional shipping, so this card was around $6.50, and then the next card, and the next card is an additional 25 cents in shipping. So you might think you're getting a great deal, and then your $1.25 cards are now $1.50, your $1.50 cards are $1.70, you know, and that sort of thing. Then the next one we have is another Dutch gum card in a little better condition. These are also blank backed, and this is Steve Priest from Sweet or The Sweet. So that's very, very neat. Passed away a number of years ago, but he's the guy that is dressed up as the Indian chief in Wigwam. So there's that one. I won't go into that, but yeah, kind of a dated song, but it's kind of a fun one if you like kind of 70s glam rock. And then we've got some other interesting cards here. Again, I try to pick out cards that no one shows on YouTube, or virtually no one. There's a few music collectors that I'm starting to watch now, and I started to watch the people that do the cricket. So here's a cricket card, and this is, I think this is Vic or Richardson. Don't quote me on it, but it's V.Y. Richardson right here. So it's V something Y Richardson, so I think it's Vic Richardson. I'm not sure. This one, unfortunately, is got a huge crease in it, but it's still kind of neat for like an early 1930s. I want to say 33 or 32. Forgotten the date already. And I you know, at $1 or whatever it would have been, I think I semi overpaid for it. I mean, I paid right on, so no deals there, but still, it's kind of a neat card there. And I forget who put this out. It says issued with BDV cigarettes. So there's that one there. You might know more than test cricketers. So very cool. And again, I'll do pictures of each one of these things here. Some of these cards I paid next to nothing for, like half of eBay, and they look super, super mint. So here's another one for my collection. Again, I want to get these in pages so they don't get damaged. This one has a little dent in it. Hopefully that wasn't something I had done. But this is, and I forget the player already here, this is Andrew Penman. And if you don't know who Andrew Penman is, neither do I, but he's a Scottish footballer from around 1968-69, and it's the crinkle cut set from A&BC, and I needed that one for my soccer binder. Long time to get that one there, but finding good examples in the USA are very, very hard to do. That's why I still do the COMC, because they do have something like 5,000 you know, or more. I mean, I can't remember, it was 500 soccer cards from the 1970s, but there's something like 5,000 cards, I think, in that particular. So they have thousands of cards, and none of them ever sell. But the prices can be very, very cheap. It's just that they just need to get their shipping times. If they get their shipping times, then I would be tenfolding my orders and things like that. So they need to get that fixed. Otherwise, I'll be going elsewhere. And I have been going elsewhere. So there's that one. Then, again, this is going to take 25 minutes if I don't move along here. This is a 1982 RFL Rugby League from Australia. So this is Scanlon's. This is card number 12 or 13 out of 180, I believe it is. And this is Mick Cronin. And the reason why I grabbed this one, not because there's a ding right there's a big huge ding there. The ding is there because somebody was checking off a card that they had there. So this is actually a checklist card here. So I thought that was kind of unique. The rest of the cards are puzzle backs and very blurry and very unappealing to me. So the Scanlon's 1980, and there's card number 166, and it goes up onto 180. So that was the one I had to have. I paid around $4.50 for that card. It would be double that from Australia, and also as soon as I purchased that card, the seller put his cards on sale, so that stinks. Then we have one for the Burnley collection. I'm kidding, but this is Keith Newton, and this is like 72 or 73 A and B C. I needed that because I just do. I'm pretend building the sets there. There's card number 214, so unfortunately that is going to take me forever at one card at a time, but it was something like 50 cents and I had to take it. Any of these cards that get under $1 now, I got spoiled because I was finding these things for next to nothing, and then the market changed. Once they get to the United States, they start to get very, very expensive. I'm hoping I grabbed everything, and if I didn't, I can always show it at the end. It looks like I'm missing a card here. That's the thing about leaving your cards out for a day or two on the table there. It's very, very disappointing. Like I said, I have a very, very important card here. We'll show you the one that I do have here. This is, again, I can't start the video where I think this is, oh man, I can't read this. You know, and I've read this dozens of times, but I can't read this. So, use my magnifying glass here. This one says Chacarita Esquide or something like that, Esquids. It's been marked out with pencil, so I can't read that. Bicicleta card there. I have no idea where that came from. I cannot even remember. It's been so long this is card number 198. This was 50 cents for that card there, and PSA has only graded 5 of these, and this got some writing on the back there. They've only graded 5 of those. It was around 50 cents. When I say graded 5 of those, I'm not saying 5 of this exact player. I'm saying 5 total, from what I can understand, and SGC is the same, about 5 and 5 each. So again, for 50 cents and less than $1, I took this one here, and I have one more, and it's not in my pile here. So I'm thinking I'm missing a few more cards here, which is very, very frustrating. We'll go little John Craig's Middlesbrough, very minty card, a couple of minor, handling dings, from, it just seems different than the other ones I have a little bit, but anyway, there's that one from 77, 78, or something to that effect there. We don't need to go, it was $1, and then again, those are worth it to me for $1, not $4, not $5, not $10, what people are asking for those dumb things. This is Scooby-Doo's Velma. Again, that's back when people were collecting this set, and it's like, oh, that's just a base card, and technically it is, but is the card number 69 out of 190 or 399? Can't read that one there, but it's a numbered card. They're silver foil numbered. If you try to say silver foil, you usually say silver foiled, or whatever. It just makes no sense. There's that one there. Then we've got some another soccer card here. This one here was Ken Burns for Birmingham, and that is just a 75 era card here. These things are stupid expensive, between $5 and $10 each. They used to be, not even $1 hardly. So how frustrating is that, just for commons in any condition? Because as Western collectors start picking up these things, they have to get them from overseas, and they don't understand what they're looking at. So stupid expensive. Shout out to Jay Pylon, because this is William Powell, and that is for my award winners collection. If you haven't seen that video. That would be kind of cool. I have a William Powell already, but I wanted this one here. It was a whopping $1, so I took it. And this is from like 1934, 35, 36, in that time frame there. Again, this is film, stage, and radio stars, usually 50 in the set here. So if you're trying to build that set separately, you would be at least $50 in the set. If you're putting it together from set form, you might be closer to $20 to $35, depending on who's selling that. Now let's go to the last cards here. We have Gum Makers of America. I want to say that's from 1938, so that's one of the older cards that I have in this order here. This is card number 1. This is from Frank Buck. So Frank Buck was an adventurer, and a lot of the cards in the 50 top set are kind of semi-inappropriate for today, so as soon as I get some of those, I will not be able to probably show them. I have to cover up some of the images here. But that is card number 1. It's not a very valuable card, but a lot of times you just don't see them on eBay as often as you'd think you would. So this was $8 for this card, one of the more expensive cards here, so we'll get a picture of that one. We want to do this little card here. This is a transfer from like the 1930s or 40s. I cannot remember. Again, I worked really hard on that video, and it's just toast, so forget that one. And there's this one here. This is the Derby and Grand National winners from John Player and Sons, and again, it's a rub down / transfer thing with the jockey and horse there. I'll try to get the name of that, but that was 50 cents or something like that one, and you know, so that was around 75 cents COMC price or whatever. Still, they're relatively good prices, but again, buy stuff a month later, 2 months later, and you don't know what the heck you're looking at. Now we'll end up with these cards here and the Grail card that I have mentioned numerous times. This is, and again, I need the magnifying glass here. You will not be able to understand how mint these things look to me. I mean, they're not mint, they're, you know, excellent or whatever. And who knows? Maybe somebody's edited them or trimmed them. I don't think so. But we've got the Enemy Invasion here. And this is from Frank Buck's Bring 'Em Back Alive. I don't know if that was in conjunction with a TV show or why they brought that back, but this is card number 11. So this is from 1950 tops. And the backs here, we're almost done here, number 11. And then we have this one here, an ape takes the count. So he's punching a gorilla or an ape there. Kind of unusual. PETA would not be very happy about that one there, but if he was, you know, in trouble, maybe. Card number 95, so I think it's a 100 card set, so impossible. This one has a dent on it, which probably happened while these were sitting to be processed. So sadly, there is an indentation on this card. And again, I don't remember that being there. It's right at the top there. And these things were super pristine for, I think, $1.25. But there's an indentation right in there, which just absolutely is going to bug the heck out of me now. So there's some porters, and this is some sort of jungle. It says jungle, and I can't read the other word. Expedition. But yeah, so I'm hoping that was already there. But shoot, yeah, they were all being on a different table being processed, so everything was devoid of stuff on that. So that's why I put it over there. And then carry them from room to room too. So that other card is. And then we have Silent Killer. And it looks like that his hand is being caught in a python, so he's going to shoot the python, hopefully missing his hand, trying to get that. He should shoot the neck of it, so he's not risk shooting his hand there. That's a crazy one. That's a popular one there. And this is card number 56 there, so very, very cool. Very inexpensive cards, but if you go to eBay, they're between $2 and $5 a card for some really rough condition ones. So I may have to go back to COMC to get more of those. Unfortunately, the cards that I really want are 0 of them are there. 0. That's the thing. People wipe out all the goodie cards there, and then somebody says, well, I can't finish out the set through COMC, so I might as well leave them. So the rest of the cards, these got abandoned there for a long time. So I do have one more of the Bicicleta cards there, and I can't find it. So that's unfortunate. I will do 2 more other things here before I get to my Grail card here. I got Paul Brown in the mail today, and I want to say that Jay Pylon influenced me, but I may have been just looking at the 62s from one of the 2 vendors I've been buying from, and I just said, you know what, he signs, I'll get that. So it could have been just a coincidental thing there. He pushed really, really far down in the paper, but I don't really care because it didn't damage the back at all. So very cool. Thank you, Mr. Brown, for that one there. That came out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And then I've got 2 cards here. Again, we're already at 15 minutes. It's not what I wanted to be. Topps Vault Editions. I've had this for literally decades. This is from 2007, so that might be around when I got this. I don't remember. It's the Vault First Editions. One of these is on eBay for $5,500. So I don't know. When I say one of those, I said not that card. That's what I meant. Because they're only one of each example made, and so I have card number 1 of the foil series or the stickers, or I am not exactly sure. So I have card number 1, and somebody just has a random base set issue, and this might be worth more, this might be less, this might be only worth the $20 that I tried to sell it for one time. Isn't that crazy? I had a card that was Beckett slab that I tried to sell for $20, along with this one here from High School Musical. I didn't look those up to see, but that's another Vault First Edition. They're blank back. You know, they were kind of gimmicks, you know, like oh shoot, well anyway, you know what I mean. The gimmick company. Leaf. You know, there we go. Now, for everybody who's been waiting patiently for this card here, Sad Trombone. It's not in very good condition. It's really dirty here. The back is all dirty and everything. But I do have AC/DC Malcolm Young card. Now, a little story behind this card here is that people call it his rookie card. And then there's a card that came out, came out in 1978, and there's a card that came out in the 90s that everybody says that that's AC/DC's rookie card. So if you just take somebody's word for it that it's a rookie card, they also have some, I think, Dutch cards or something that came out before this in like 74 or something like that. So this is not Malcolm Young's rookie card, but I just always have wanted this. This came from Scanlon's of Australia. There's a big kind of ding mark there and messed up on the bottom. These things were essentially tossed around like trash because they had the football cards or the footy cards, you know, Australian rules football cards, and they would fling them like those mini footballs and then throw them against the wall, and then you could see, you know, collect the cards and whoever. So they had games with some of these cards, so they were in really rough condition. So you don't find a lot of late 70s and early 80s Scanlon's trading cards in very good condition. That's how you do it. You flip it this way and boom, pop swaps. But again, in 5s and 6s, there's AC/DC cards that are around $300 and some. There's people that are trying to sell this right now on eBay for $65. I don't know if it's a duplicate listing, but there's 2 of them. On COMC, people are asking $50 for the people that are direct out of Australia, that stayed in Australia, so they got popular there, didn't become popular worldwide like AC/DC did. And unfortunately, again, those are almost $50 a card. This one, for some bizarre reason, was $25. So I'm very happy to have this one. Very, very happy to have this one. It only took me 10 or 15 years to find a copy of that I could theoretically afford, or even a copy at all. There are times when those Australian football or the Australian music cards are not on eBay or COMC. They were never on COMC, ever, 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 until recently. My card, this is the only one that COMC says that they've ever sold from this particular set. You go to the completed listings, and this is the only one that's sold. Only one. Don't pay $50 for any of those cards because it's not worth it. Now, I will say another caveat as well. Don't pay $350 for the slab cards. Somebody put a couple of the AC/DC ones up for auction and nobody is watching, and they went for $25 each. And I would have grabbed both of them because then I would have 3 of the cards. Ridiculous times. Ridiculous times. I hope everybody had a great week, and thank you for watching.